Everybody join me in welcoming Will Stein, the new coach of the University of Kentucky. I'll clap for that.
Yeah.
University of Kentucky
Clap for it,
football
Matt.
program.
Thank you.
Will, thank you very much for the time, and just tell me what the last couple days have been like.
Well, I'd be remiss. I just told a recruit that's 30 minutes down the road, can't say his name, but that I would give him a little shout out. So we got to keep the best kids.
Shout out to 30 minutes away. We'll look at the map and see where that is.
Yeah,
but yeah, go
look
ahead.
Look at the map. It's one of the best in the country. But I'm just floored to have this opportunity. It's a dream come true. And today's kind of like the first day. Like yesterday was like truly like the wedding, the reception. Now we're paying bills today. We picked out our house, we've moved in, and we're ready to rock.
You already have your house. My goodness.
No, just as a metaphor.
Okay, got it.
I'm in the office,
gotcha.
Like I'm really working. I'm not just shaking hands and kissing babies today. We're trying to get some stuff done.
I got you. I wasn't good at the metaphor there. All right, so I listened to you yesterday, and I think a lot of the initial questions people had were probably answered then. So if it was good with you, Will, I wanted to ask you some stuff fans kind of wanted to hear just about your coaching, your philosophy. Are you good with that?
I'm good with whatever, brother.
All right, let's do it. So a lot of people explain what your offensive style is. A lot of us have watched your YouTube videos, but also some of the games. If you were explaining to a Kentucky fan how Will Stein coaches offense, what would it be?
I would say it's aggressive. It's multiple in terms of our formations, our personnel groupings, our tempos. It's built around the quarterback. When we're at our best, we have an elite quarterback, and that's what I'm excited about here at Kentucky with our quarterback tradition. Think about Jared Lorenzen, Tim Couch, Dusty Bonner, Andre Woodson, Mike Hartline. There's been so many elite quarterbacks that have come through these walls. So it's really built around the quarterback, and each year it looks a little bit different. The schematics are a lot of the same each year, but the way that we get to the plays that we like can be different within each year, within each game. But it's exciting. I like making sure our donors and our fans are watching an exciting product on the field. I like throwing the ball vertically. I like different variations of the run game, whether it's inside zone, outside zone, power and counter. And it's getting our best players the ball as many times as we can.
I've noticed in watching, everybody talks about your three quarterbacks with Bo Nix, Dylan Gabriel, and Dante Moore, but they're very different. And I feel like I've seen you sort of adjust your offenses based on who you have. Is that a fair characterization?
Yeah, of course. Bo is probably the most elite processor I've ever been around. His ability to take a play and then change it at the line of scrimmage based on the look was elite, to use a word that I like. It was elite. And he's mobile, too. The guy was big, 6'2.5", 6'3", 215, can run, can throw. Dylan was obviously a smaller guy, a lefty as well, but fearless, and extremely accurate. And his ability to maneuver and find inside the pocket was unlike anybody I've really ever coached. And then Dante Moore is, I think, a great combination of both. Like extremely intelligent, high football IQ. Probably the most accurate guy I've ever been around. I know Bo had the statistics, but Dante's accuracy, short, deep, intermediate, and his ability to throw on time and in the tight windows is why he'll be a first-round draft pick. So they're all different in their own ways, but the common thing about all those guys is they work. Like they work their ass off, and they don't shy away from work. They're the first in the building, they're the last to leave, and that's what makes them, I think, all special.
So what are you seeing as your mindset for the quarterback next year? I'm sure you've met with Cutter. Are you expecting to go with him? Are you going to bring folks in? What are you thinking about the quarterback position?
Yeah, I did meet with Cutter and met with him today, actually, and we had a great conversation. And what I urged him and what I'm urging all of our guys is just compete. Compete. No matter who's out there, no matter if you're the 1, 2, 3, whatever you think you are, we'll go throughout the whole spring ball without a depth chart. There's not going to be a depth chart. We're going to have a blue squad and a white squad. Those will change weekly. And what it's going to allow us to do, Matt, is to develop our roster, the old guys and the young guys. That way, I know you guys have all seen spring football or fall camp. Hey, the ones are out there. Well, the ones are going against the twos. Well, how do we actually know if a two can't play with the one? Let's blend them all together. Let's develop the roster. Let's keep the guys engaged and not worry about where I'm at. And when we can do that, we're all going to get better. The quarterbacks are going to get better. A guy like Cutter's going to continue to improve. So I just urge him to compete and to trust this process and to know that I don't think there's a better guy that's going to be his head coach than me to coach the quarterbacks and to be around him every single day.
But you do want him to be a part of the program.
100%. I want all these guys to be part of the program. I mean, these guys, if you turn on the tape, I mean, there's some elite characteristics from a lot of guys on the squad. I think we just got to continue to push them and to continue to create accountability within the team and toughness and be great in all three phases.
When did you talked about how this was a dream job. Was there a time in the last year or two you thought that's a job that maybe could come open, that might be a job that I would want? I mean, that the turnaround was very quick on this. So when did it start clicking for you this could be a possibility?
You know, I've always just tried to be where my feet are. And this is always a job that I circled as a place that I would love to coach and would crawl back to. I would take the Oregon Trail from Oregon all the way here and get on a horse and buggy, whatever they need me to do. And you just never know. You don't know. And, you know, again, I just tried to do a great job at Oregon. And before that, I tried to do a great job at UTSA. And these opportunities, you know, can come your way. And when they do, you just jump right on it.
Let's talk about – I really liked your answer yesterday about NIL. You said basically this is the way it is. We've got to go forward, and we're gonna make it work. So do you think Kentucky has the institutional setup and the NIL capability to compete in the SEC?
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't have came here if I didn't think that we could compete. You know, that was not the end-all, be-all. It is, I think, on a lot of coaches' radars, like, got to have this, got to have this. We have it. We have it. And Mitch and Mark have set up a great plan, but that's why I'm hiring a general manager to help us through this and somebody who I trust fully, and it's been in our system out at Oregon and knows the landscape of college football. And you just got to be adaptable. You know, you got to be able to change with the times. It is what it is. Like I said yesterday, I mean, and I think we have all the infrastructure. We have people here. I mean, there's a lot of people that want to help our program that are really excited about me being here, people that before that I had known that want to be involved in football again. So I'm excited about the opportunity. And, you know, it's not about paying the most for players. It's not. I know that might be the thought, but at Oregon, we were sometimes the third, the fourth highest bidder on players that we got that were recruited by Ohio State, Georgia, Texas, you name it. They came out there because they wanted to get developed. They wanted to play at the highest level. That is what we're going to do here. So you don't have to be the highest bidder. There's still like old school recruiting this. There's still relationships. There's still showing people that we know how to make you a better football player, which in turn is going to make you play in the National Football League, and then you're going to make a lot of money there too.
Is it fair to say that a program like Kentucky, which is not necessarily a traditional power, it might be in today's era a little easier or more possible to build because of these new rules, a la Indiana, Vandy, et cetera?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, we played IU this year, and, I mean, to be quite frank, they got after our ass. You know, they were pretty damn good. They're playing in the Big Ten Championship this week against Ohio State. They're a college football playoff team. Vanderbilt, same way. So, of course, I mean, there's more parity in college football now than there ever has been. And there's great players all over. I mean, our state has great players. It's our job to keep these guys home, to build it through the state of Kentucky and in the surrounding areas. And Big Blue Nation, the UK emblem, it's a worldwide brand. The blue and the white. I mean, who wouldn't want to put these colors on? Who wouldn't want to play for me in this offense? Who wouldn't want to play for our future defensive coordinator who's in the works right now? Like, it's going to be incredible, and I can't wait to get guys into this program and to do it the right way.
I love that confidence, Will. Who wouldn't want to play for me right now? I love that confidence. What gives you that confidence to say kind of who wouldn't want to play for me right now? Shoot,
man, I've won at the highest level as a coordinator. I've won a lot of championships in my life. You know, you got to believe in yourself. You know,
yes,
why not?
I agree with you.
You know, you got to believe in yourself. I've been bet against for a long time, but I've proved those people wrong and want to continue to do that here at Kentucky.
You mentioned recruiting. Obviously, the state of Kentucky will be a central part of that. What other regions of the country do you think are kind of how you zone in, or do you not do that? What's your philosophy in that regard?
You know, I think it obviously starts in state. It starts locally, and then you build your way out. But, like I mentioned, there's kids all over the country that would die to come to Lexington and Kentucky, go to the school, be around this program, play for BBN, and you just got to tap into it. And you can't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. I would love to win the state of Kentucky, which we'll do. And then, obviously, I think there's been a lot of good recruits from the state of Ohio. But we're kind of centrally located. We're obviously in the South, but we're close to the Midwest. We're close to the East Coast. We can get here easily. Kids from Florida and Georgia and Alabama. So the thing is, do they fit us?
Yeah.
Do they fit us? You got to start there. If they fit us schematically, character-wise, if their families believe in this, then you can go damn Alaska and get the best player from it doesn't matter. We'll go wherever it takes to sign the best players that can make us the best program possible.
We are like 6 hours away from everywhere. So you mentioned we're going to win the state in recruiting. Love it. The biggest competition for that's right down the road, and you used to wear that uniform. So my question for you is, what's that's going to be like, and are we going to be able to get you to throw an L's down at some point?
Well, listen, the first uniform I ever put on was a Kentucky uniform. I was probably, a day old, and my parents had me in that. So, listen, I got so much respect for Jeff Brom. He was, my first quarterback coach at Louisville, and he's a Trinity guy. I've known Jeff, more than half my life. So, the Brom family, Oscar Brom was my quarterback coach at Trinity. So to say I don't love and respect Jeff as a person would be an understatement. I think he's a hell of a ball coach, but it is my job to out-recruit him and to beat him every single time we play. So
nice.
I'm looking forward to.
L's down. Yeah,
do whatever we got to do.
I like it. Yes.
It is what it is, man. I'm the head coach of the University of Kentucky, and they're our bitter in-state rivals. So the key is, man, winning with class, losing with class, and being a great representation of the state of Kentucky in this whole university.
I want to do a little balance here. You're a very smart guy. Tell me, looking as you walk in today, I thought what you said about Mark Stoops was really kind and correct yesterday at the press conference about what he's done. But you walk in here today, tell me one or two things you think are really where you need it to be and have really made it to where we can be very successful, and what are one or two things that you think need to be improved that you're going to try to make a priority to fix?
Yeah, I think it's evident that the facilities are in place. Walking into the Craft Center and seeing Kroger Field and just how cool this place is, man. We got unbelievable facilities to recruit to. The people here are first class. The onboarding for me was lights out. It's I blinked and you're hired, you're here, and I think that shows great organization from top down. From Mitch, from our president. Everybody's aligned here. Everybody wants to win. Everybody is determined to win and do whatever that takes. And to me, that's what gives me great confidence that we are going to get it done. Is the alignment factor. Like I mentioned, from our president down. So. I love that. I love, like I mentioned, the facilities. I love a lot of players on this roster. So it's set up, man, and we just got to go to work. So the improvement is on me to get better of on play on the field. And how do you do that? You hire the right coaches, which, like I mentioned, we're in the process of doing right now.
You want to give any hints on that, by the way? You mentioned defensive coordinator. Is this a name we might know?
We'll see. It's still in the works. We're still kind of going through some hoops and trying to see what's going on there. But hopefully within the next week or two, we'll have everything sorted out. So, and you got to start with the coordinators first. That's where I'm going to start. I'm not going to be fast through this process. I heard John Summerall say, he's lost a lot of friends in this. I'm going to lose friends in this because there's a lot of really good coaches out there, a lot of them. But it's getting the right fit for Kentucky, the right fit for these players. And not necessarily guys that I might know or have worked with before. So that's number one priority for me. And that's really where you think about improvement. It's just we got to play better. We got to play better. They hired me to win games, and that's what I'm ready to do.
Hey, Will, Drew Franklin here. I know you can't mention the potential hire you're making, but what can a defense look like? We know you want to score a lot of points, but do you have an aggressive defensive style or more of a bend, don't break? What kind of qualities are you looking for on that side of the ball?
I'm looking for a unit that plays 4 to 6 seconds, point A to point B, with relentless effort and ball excellence. Guys that can take the ball away, that can defend the run, stop the pass. I'm not a bend don't break guy. Like, I like teams when teams pressure me. Like, that's when I'm like, okay, all right, this guy's aggressive. I like it. But they're also smart, gap sound, and like I mentioned, it's about the unit playing as one. That's the most important thing on defense. I've played against 3-4 schemes, 4-3 schemes, cover 2 schemes, one high defense. It's the teams that play the best as a unit on defense is what really gives me the most fits as an offensive guy. So, but that coach has got to demand a lot from those kids. They got to fly around on the ball, and I'm excited to get that position higher because that's a really important one for me, as you guys know.
Your mom was on this show. We sent somebody.
How did that happen, man?
So we sent somebody to. Yeah, so we sent somebody to her cake store when we hired you, or when they hired you, so that we could, just see the cakes. And then she was there, and we just put her on the phone, and she was great. Your mom has become a star. I mean, I don't know if she's told you how many cakes she sold, but I've heard it's a ton. What do you think about Mom getting her own like media presence?
I mean, it's wild. It's really it's kind of funny to me, to be honest. Now, the cakes are phenomenal. There is no doubt about that. They are the best cakes you will ever have in your life. Sissy Cakes. I'll give a shout out to them. My Aunt Blakey as well, and my mom. They've been doing it now for years, and just really kind of during COVID started to make it like a business. And said, why don't we do this? So I'm really proud of them and their success. And they're they're kind of a small bakery now, so they need as many orders as they can, but there's about.
Well, they ordered $2,000.
They're going to be grinding. I don't know if you're going to see me playing games. You're going to be making cakes on.
Yeah, they ordered like $2,000 worth of cakes in like 20 minutes. So I think she's going to be. I think she's going to be working. All right. So the other thing I got to ask you about. I mean, I've lived in Louisville for a long time. You're part of that whole Trinity Mafia now. There's just Trinity people everywhere. Everybody's like, everyone in the city claims to know you. Is it true?
Well, if you've lived in Louisville long enough, everybody does know everybody. It's a place where you say, hey, where'd you go to school? And they say, I went to Holy Spirit grade school. I went to St. Agnes. They don't even say their college. They either say their grade school or their high school. So it is very tight-knit. And, I had some buddies up here yesterday that are, Louisville fans that were not in red, so they were in blue. So I think the tide is turning, So I think the more that we can get in the city of Louisville, the better for the Wildcats.
Well, listen, I really appreciate you taking the time and being on. And last thing I'll ask you is this. I think one of the things Oregon did so well, I think Oregon is a marketing genius of a program for years. Fan experience is off the charts. Is your hope to bring some of that here? Because I'll just say on a personal level, I think that's something that needs a little bit of work.
Yeah, listen, I'd love to. Anything that Mitch and I and the president and everybody determines that needs improvement, we'll look at it. We evaluate everything every single year. And if fan experience is something that they believe needs work, and I believe, well, then let's do whatever it takes. It's whatever it takes to win football games, whatever it takes to give Big Blue Nation the best experience on Saturdays. But listen, when I came to Commonwealth Stadium, I guess I could call it Kroger Field, right, back as a kid, I mean, I had the most fun of my life, right? Like the tailgate scene. I can't wait to do the catwalk. Can't wait to do all this stuff that is really, really cool to UK athletics. But shoot, I mean, they shot fireworks off in the stadium yesterday for me.
That looked great yesterday.
A lot of fireworks. Yeah, I hope they're getting a lot of that on Saturdays. But whatever it takes. Oregon has done a great job in that. I think Kentucky has as well, and we'll just continue to push forward.
All right. Hey, Will, thank you very much. Will Stein, new coach of Kentucky. I'll let you back to go get some more recruits. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate
you
guys.
Go. All right. Will Stein. Looking forward to meeting him in person soon.
Love it. When he talk about the catwalk and going to Kroger Field, he you can tell he means it. It's sincere. He loves it. Grew up loving the Cats, and you can just hear it in his voice.
You like that defensive answer, I could tell in your face.
I did fist bump.
No bend, but don't break.
Well, I brought that with me to the show, not even knowing if I'd get to ask a question, and you nodded to me right after he mentioned the coordinators. It was perfect. I love his answer. We're going to have an aggressive defense out there flying over the field, forcing turnovers. That was my second favorite part. he kind of committed to the L's down.
He did.
It wasn't
He
a
did.
full commitment, but it wasn't a he didn't shy away from it.
mean,
He said, I'll do whatever I have to
When we
do.
do it in person, we might have to go, all right, man.
Yep.
Here we go. All right, we will take a break. We went long, so we'll have to do a short segment coming back. Then take your calls, 859-280-2287.